Okay, today's lesson is on chapter 13, lesson 5. We're using zeros in the product, so we have to decide when to write zeros in the product of decimal factors. So up until now, you guys have been multiplying either with a whole number and a decimal or a decimal and a decimal. So we're still going to be doing that, but now you guys have to decide. Sometimes you have to put a zero in your answer. So when do you determine when you're supposed to do that? Okay, so look at the first problem on page 282. Sometimes you need to write zeros in a product before you can place the decimal point. Jared, can you read the problem for us?
A store sells pencils for $0.80 each.
$80 or 80 cents?
80 cents.
80 cents, yep.
The store is located in a place where the sales tax is 0.05 of the total price. How much is the sales tax on one of the pencils?
Awesome. Okay, tax is pretty cheap. All right, so if you look at the pencil, it's 80 cents. And anytime you guys go to any store, if you always look at the bottom of your receipt, you see that there's a little column for what? Tax, right? So you're paying the tax on the goods, and it also relates to social studies because you guys are learning about you'll get there when you get to the Revolutionary War and why they were so upset about paying taxes. But we do pay taxes today. So 80 cents. So every time you buy something, you have to pay a percentage of that cost, right? So when you have to find out of that value, what does that tell you you need to do? Everyone?
Multiply.
Right. So just like yesterday's lesson, you're going to take 8 and 5 and multiply that together and you get 40. Okay? Now I'm going to put the decimal place back. Okay? Now, how many places do I have after the 8?
1.
1. And how many after the 0.05?
2.
2. So how many is that?
3.
3. But how many places do I have in my answer here right now?
2.
So what am I going to do then? What am I going to do? Varsha, what am I going to do? Add a 0. Very good. So I'm going to start over here on the right side. 1, 2, 3. Where I have this missing space here, I'm going to add a 0 and then put my decimal in front of that. So sometimes my answer will require me to put 1 in front. So a lot of you guys up until this point, every time we've been grading our homework, you said, if I have the 0 afterwards, is it okay? And I said, yes, it's fine. It's not going to change your answer. But now it's a different story. If you don't put the 0 in front and then the decimal place, will you get it wrong?
Yes.
Yes. Okay? The difference between 0.4 and 0.04 is huge. Would you rather pay 40 cents tax or 4 cents tax? 4 cents, right? So I'm not done. The tax is 4 cents on an 80-cent pencil. So how much do I actually pay for this pencil?
4.
Harshit?
84 cents.
84 cents, right? Okay? Okay, let's do a couple together. So let's do number 4. So problem number 4 asks us to multiply 0.233 times 2. So we're going to do 3 times 2, which is 6. 3 times 2? 2 times 2?
4.
Okay, and that's all I need there. So how many places after the decimal point does the first number have?
3.
And how about 2?
0.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, if I did 2 times 0, I would have had a 0 here, and then I put it there and not before that 0. Okay? That was pretty easy. Let's take a look at, let's do number 14. So 14 says 0.03 times 0.02. Essentially, I'm doing 3 times 2, which is what? 6. How many places do I have after the 0.03? 2. And how many do I have after the 0.02? 2. How many altogether? 4. I only have one number there, though. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Each empty spot I'm going to fill with a 0. And don't forget to put the decimal there. So it's 0.0006. Okay? So don't forget, it is crucial that you count up the decimal places correctly, okay, the number of places after the decimal, and then apply that to your problem. And anyone that's missing, you insert that 0 and then place your decimal point.